Comfort in Sorrow by Gerhard Tersteegen. The storm and tempest of the sufferings of our time rush past us like a short, troubled dream, and then we will rest in God forever. Think and care in no wise about what is to come. Love and suffer in the present moment, thinking more about God and His strength than of yourself and your weakness. If increase of suffering comes, increase of grace will come also. Do not think ahead and do not look back. Both bring unrest and are harmful to you in your present condition. The present moment must be your dwelling place. There only can we find God and His will. When Christ rose with His disciples from the supper of love and communion, He went with them into the Garden of Gethsemane. He still walks with us in this way. Willing consent to suffering and death is the first and best fruit of a true communion with God. Rising from this table of intercourse with God by faith, the soul must be able to say with the Redeemer, that the world may know that I love the Father. Arise, let us go hence. Drink then to the very dregs the cup handed to you by no enemy and no stranger, but by your Father. This, however, is certain. God never deprives us of something, be it temporal or spiritual, except to impart Himself in His very essence, after we have had the necessary preparation. You ask whether I only love and praise, or whether I am still suffering as well. I do all three at the same time, nor would I ask to do any of these by itself on earth. Suffering without love is for the damned. Love without suffering is for the blessed. Here on earth we honor God by both as the children of love, crucified. Not come down from the cross, but with head bowed, in blind submission, say with Christ, Father, into Thy hands I commit my spirit. Say little or nothing to others about your suffering. Enough for you that the Lord your God sees it. It is not in pleasantness and enjoyment that we know ourselves. The cross must reveal what we are. To be a burden to oneself, and yet to be obliged to carry oneself, is valiant suffering. It is with us, as with Peter. When we look at Jesus, we are brave, and we can walk over the waves. But if we look at ourselves and the waves, we sink. The Lord gives a cross according to strength, or strength according to the cross. A time of suffering and adversity is our harvest tide, when we endure pain and travail for the sake of that magnificent fruit, obedience. May the Lord grant us this, that although our body be crucified and our soul darkened, our spirit may still remain joyful and quiet in our God. Faith, in its essence and its root, is the springing of new life given by the grace of God. See, this is our work, praying. I would rather 1,000 times that you were ill near God than well far from Him. Perhaps He has wanted to take you specially aside by means of this illness, because He has some message of love to give you. Speak peace then, O Lord, for Thy handmaiden heareth. For certainly God's presence and inward comfort can make a sickbed a paradise. Bear your cross with love, and if you have to bear yourself at the same time, let it be with peaceful humility.